Hello, children of God. My name is Vanessa. I wanted to come on and share a quick message. I feel like the Lord is purging and refining each of His chosen ones. He is making us whole, making us new. Like He said in 2 Corinthians 5 and 17, we are a new creation. The old is gone and the new has come. And so we're made in His image. So anything that is not of Him, as long as we are in Him and He in us, He will purge it out of us. He will refine it. He will make us whole and make us new. And so I just want to encourage you that, we're praying, and if we are praying and we're going through different obstacles, it's because it's something that the Lord doesn't want to have within us. So He is helping us. He's answering our prayers, and we are going from glory to glory. And He wants us to be obedient to Him, to preach the good news of the gospel for every man, because that's what we're here for, is for His kingdom purposes. We were bought with a price. We are not our own. We are made in His image. So He is purging us and He is refining us. And so, like in the book of John 15 verse 1, He says, I am the vine, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. Remain in me, and I in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine. You are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If we remain in Him, we will bear much fruit. And so I honestly believe that's what the Lord is doing in and through a lot of us. I want to read Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 12. He says, His winnowing fork is in His hand, and He will clear His threshing floor, gathering His wheat into the barn and burning up the chaff with unquenchable fire. So I was just like, what does this mean? So, when He says His winnowing fork, it's to remove, to get rid of, to separate, to narrow, or to reduce anything that, He is working with His hand, He uses that fork in the description of this Bible verse. And then He says, and He will clear His threshing floor. So I was like, okay, what do you mean, Lord? And then He says, a place of separation and revelation. So He will clear His threshing floor, and, He's going to separate us. He's going to give us revelation to take us to that next place where He needs us to be. It says a place where the harvest was prepared by separating the grain from the useless straw. And so that's where He's trying to take us. So whatever is useless, that's not edifying, that's not worthy, then we have to get rid of it. And so as long as we are in Him and He is in us, He is doing this exact thing. And then so the verse goes on and talks about gathering His wheat into the barn and burning up the chaff. So, okay, I was like, what does this mean, Lord? And He says something comparatively worthless, not edible, fruitless, empty. And He removes that with an unquenchable fire. So the Lord in Jeremiah 18:6 says, like clay in the hand, so are you in my hand. Isaiah 64:8 says, yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay. You are the potter. We are all the work of your hand. Psalm 89:13. You have a strong arm. Your hand is mighty. Your right hand is exalted. So, like the verses before that say, that we are, he is the potter. We are the clay. We are in his hand. And we are all the work of his hand. So, what does it say? He has a strong arm. His hand is mighty. Your right hand is exalted. And we are in that hand. And so we are exalted with him in that strong arm. We have that strong tower. Psalm 16:11 says, you will make known to me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. In your right hand, there are pleasures forever. So if we are made in his image, if we are the work of his hand, if we, are allowing him to mold us and to remove anything that's not of us, he says that in that position, there's presence of fullness of joy and pleasures forever. Forever. That means in eternity. That means on heaven and on earth. Isaiah 49:16 says, behold, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. So I just want to encourage you that the Lord is, has us in his right hand, and he doesn't leave us. He doesn't forsake us. He is making us whole and in his image and exactly how he wants us to be. And so I just wanted to come here, encourage you, and to feed you. And I thank you for listening. Have a blessed day.